The moment the black luxury car slowly stopped in front of the Paris Fashion Week venue, something in the atmosphere suddenly changed. Photographers were already lining the street, waiting for celebrities and fashion icons to arrive. But no one expected the reaction that would happen just seconds later. As the car door opened, the flashes of cameras exploded like lightning. Out stepped Kim Taehyung from BTS, calm, confident, and effortlessly elegant. His presence alone instantly captured every eye in the area. Conversations paused, heads turned, and the crowd leaned forward to see him more clearly. Even before he took a single step on the carpet, people already knew this moment would be unforgettable. In a city known for fashion, Taehyung had just turned the street into his own runway. As Taehyung began walking toward the entrance, the sound of camera shutters became non-stop. Photographers called out his name, trying to capture the perfect angle. His outfit was simple, yet incredibly refined, proving once again that true style doesn't need to be loud. The sharp lines of his suit, combined with his relaxed posture, created a perfect balance between elegance and effortlessness. Fashion editors immediately started whispering among themselves. Some even said he looked more like a runway model than a guest. The wind slightly moved his hair, adding to the cinematic moment. It felt like a scene straight out of a fashion film. In just a few steps, Taehyung had completely dominated the red carpet. Behind the barricades, fans had been waiting for hours just to catch a glimpse of him. When they finally saw Taehyung in person, the entire street erupted with excitement. Loud cheers filled the Paris air as fans began chanting his stage name, V, V, V. Many of them held their phones high, trying to record every second of the moment. Some held banners and posters with his face on them. For them, seeing Taehyung at such a legendary fashion event felt like a dream coming true. Taehyung noticed the crowd and briefly turned toward them. With a soft smile, he raised his hand and waved. That small gesture instantly sent the fans into another wave of screams and happiness. As he approached the entrance, fashion journalists started analyzing his look more closely. Phones came out, photos were sent to editors, and quick notes were written. Many experts agreed that Taehyung had a natural ability to embody fashion without trying too hard. His presence felt both luxurious and approachable at the same time. That rare balance is something fashion houses constantly search for. Several designers inside the venue were already aware that he had arrived. Some even stepped closer to the entrance just to see him in person. In the fashion world, influence matters just as much as design. And Taehyung clearly had both. Inside the venue, the atmosphere was just as breathtaking. The hall was filled with soft lights, reflecting off the long runway. In the center of the room, guests slowly found their seats while conversations about fashion filled the air. When Taehyung entered the room, many heads turned again. Even among celebrities and fashion elites, his presence stood out. He was guided to a front row seat, one of the most prestigious places in the entire show. This area is usually reserved for the most influential figures in fashion. Sitting near him were famous editors, celebrities, and industry insiders. Yet Taehyung remained calm, greeting a few people politely while waiting for the show to begin. When the fashion show finally started, models began walking down the runway to the rhythm of dramatic music. The audience focused on the stunning designs presented on the stage. However, photographers still occasionally turned their cameras toward Taehyung. His reactions were just as interesting as the show itself. Sometimes he leaned slightly forward, carefully observing the details of the outfits. Other times, he softly applauded when a particularly impressive look appeared. His genuine interest made the moment feel authentic. Fashion journalists later noted how naturally he fit into the world of high fashion. It was clear that Taehyung wasn't just attending the show. He was part of the moment. Meanwhile, photos of Taehyung at the event had already started spreading across social media. Within minutes, fans around the world were sharing pictures and videos of his appearance. Hashtags with his name quickly climbed the global trending charts. People praised his visuals, his fashion sense, and his undeniable aura. Some fans described him as looking like a modern-day prince walking through Paris. Others said he looked like a character, straight out of a luxury fashion campaign. The internet was once again reminded of his powerful influence. In the digital world, Taehyung had become one of the most talked about figures of the night. But it wasn't only fans who were paying attention. Representatives from major fashion brands were also watching closely. Events like Paris Fashion Week are often where future collaborations begin. When a celebrity attracts this level of attention, brands start to see enormous potential. Taehyung's global fan base and powerful presence make him incredibly valuable in the fashion industry. Several insiders quietly discussed the possibility of new partnerships. His ability to influence trends across continents is something very few celebrities possess. For fashion houses looking to connect with younger global audiences, Taehyung represents a powerful bridge. As the show came to an end, guests slowly began leaving their seats. Conversations about the collection filled the venue. Yet many reporters still focused their attention on Taehyung. Journalists approached him, hoping to ask a few quick questions. Photographers requested a few more poses before he left. Taehyung kindly paused and gave them several more shots. His confidence in front of the cameras felt completely natural. At the same time, he maintained a humble and warm attitude. That combination of charisma and sincerity is what continues to make him so admired by fans and media alike. When Taehyung finally stepped outside the venue again, the Paris night had grown quieter. But the impact of his appearance was only beginning. Photos and videos from the event continued, spreading across the internet at incredible speed. Fashion magazines quickly started preparing articles analyzing his look. Fans around the world kept sharing their favorite moments from the night. Many people agreed that Taehyung's appearance had become one of the most unforgettable highlights of Paris Fashion Week. Sometimes, it only takes one entrance to leave a lasting mark on an entire event. And once again, Taehyung had proven that his presence alone could captivate the world. As Taehyung's car slowly drove away from the venue, the energy outside still hadn't faded. Fans remained gathered behind the barricades, replaying the moments they had just witnessed. Many of them were still scrolling through their phones, watching the videos they had recorded seconds earlier. Some couldn't believe how close they had been to him. Others were already uploading clips to social media, eager to share the experience with fans around the world. Within minutes, new angles of Taehyung's arrival began appearing online. Each video showed the same thing: flashes of cameras, loud cheers, and the calm figure of Taehyung walking through it all with effortless confidence. Inside the fashion world, conversations about Taehyung were spreading just as quickly. Fashion editors began posting their impressions of the night, many highlighting his appearance as one of the most memorable moments of the event. Some even commented that his presence brought a different kind of energy to the show. It wasn't just about clothes anymore. It was about influence, culture, and global reach. Taehyung represents a generation where music, fashion, and art merge together. His ability to naturally blend into the fashion scene impressed many industry insiders. To them, he wasn't just a K-pop star attending a show. He was a modern global icon. Meanwhile, fans across the globe were waking up to the news. In different time zones, ARMY began discovering the photos and clips from Paris Fashion Week. Twitter, Instagram, and other platforms were filled with posts about Taehyung's appearance. Fan pages quickly started creating edits, compilations, and highlight videos. Comments poured in from every corner of the world. People praised his visuals, his elegance, and his calm confidence. Some fans joked that even in a room full of famous models, Taehyung still looked like the main character. Once again, the internet was reminded why he remains one of the most talked about celebrities in the world. Fashion analysts also began discussing the deeper impact of his appearance. In recent years, the influence of Asian artists in global fashion has grown rapidly. Taehyung is often seen as one of the leading figures behind this shift. His appearances at major fashion events attract not only fans, but also new audiences who become curious about the brands he supports. When he wears something, people notice. When he attends an event, the world pays attention. This kind of influence is extremely powerful in the fashion industry. Brands understand that someone like Taehyung can introduce their designs to millions of people instantly. Some insiders even hinted that several luxury brands were eager to strengthen their relationship with him. Fashion houses are constantly searching for ambassadors who represent both style and cultural, yet relevance. Taehyung possesses both qualities effortlessly. His visuals fit the high fashion aesthetic, while his personality makes him relatable to fans. This rare combination makes him incredibly valuable. If any major collaboration were announced, it would immediately become global news. And after the buzz created by his appearance at Paris Fashion Week, those possibilities seemed more realistic than ever. For Taehyung himself, however, the night seemed to be just another experience in his incredible journey. Over the years, he has moved beyond the boundaries of music and stepped into multiple creative worlds. Fashion, art, photography, and performance have all become part of his identity. Every time he appears at an event like this, he shows a new side of his personality. Sometimes playful, sometimes mysterious, sometimes elegant. This versatility is what keeps people fascinated by him. No one ever knows exactly what he will do next. And as Paris slowly returned to its quiet nighttime rhythm, one thing was certain: the memory of that evening would remain. For the fans who saw him, it was an unforgettable moment. For the fashion industry, it was another reminder of his growing influence. And for the internet, it was a new wave of viral images and discussions. One simple appearance had turned into a global conversation. Because when Taehyung steps into a place like Paris Fashion Week, it isn't just an arrival. It's a moment that the entire world stops to watch.